Hello beautiful souls, welcome to my channel. My name is Anu and this is your weekly tarot energy check-in. If you are new, a very warm welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for lending your beautiful energy to this channel. Okay, so let's get right into it. Go ahead and make a pick, either 1, 2, 3, or you can take a look at the stones. This is a pink crystal. This one's purple, pile 2. And then we have this pile 3. It's a gray and amber kind of mixed color. So there you have it. Take a pick and I will see you right there. Hello my lovies, this is for pile 1, or those of you who picked the pink part. Let's just leave this over here and we have, let's see what we have for this week. Again, remember these are general, so only take what resonates and just release the rest to the universe, okay? Someone needs to hear it. Not everything needs to apply to you, okay? So these are the Mystical Shaman Oracle cards, and for these I give the essence and then I like to read the invitation from the book because the messages tend to be very deep. So let's see what we have for pile 1. We have the Coyote, which is number 12. Adds up to a 3. 3s are creations related to the sacral chakra, about new things or manifesting anything around that. That's what 3 means. And the coyote is a sacred spirit, okay? This is, in very fun terms, actually a sacred, and remember, sacred trickster. So when the coyote spirit shows up, this is all telling us about, and there may be divine detours around the time when you see this reading. Again, it's timeless. You will see it when you're meant to see it, right? So this may be any situation, let's say if it's work, if it's relationship, if it's home, family, where you may feel you were down a path and you kept going and it was looking very good and positive and almost like it was going to happen, and then it didn't. And it sort of may leave you confused and dazed a little bit. That is the coyote spirit. I know in the moment it feels frustrating, but not frustrating, it's actually more confusing. For example, let's say you'd been interviewing and you know, you had fabulous interview rounds, round after round after round, and almost to the point that you were 99.99% sure you were going to get the job, and then something happens and let's say you know, there is a restructuring in the company and the position no longer is open, something like that. It could be, let's say you're trying to buy a home and it was best views, best location, everything, you put in the offer, there's not much competition, and suddenly the buyer changes their mind. Relationship, similar. So apply it to whatever situation. But when you see this, or when you get this message, when you get the coyote, it is a time for divine detours, which can sometimes feel a little disorienting or confusing. So I want to read what the invitation is to you when you see this show up in your life or in your reading, let's say. So I'll hold the card and I'm going to read from the book, okay? So here is the coyote. If coyote calls to you, this is a time to pay special attention to detours and disappointment, as they are true tests of faith. You have set your intentions and turned them over to the Great Spirit, yet you may find yourself lost and confused when it appears you are being led off course, off the path leading to you most cherished dreams and desires, right? Remember this, coyote is a sacred trickster and may be leading you into challenges to ensure that you are really ready to handle what you've set in motion. Great growth and understanding come to you when the coyote calls your name, okay? So I mean, that's the theme of the, you know, the week, or whenever you see this is, and if you've seen my readings, I take these as the leader card. So that's the leading energy, and we'll apply that to the rest of the energies that we have here. So let's see what we have in tarot. Sorry, the ashes from my Palo Santo are everywhere today. There's big cleansing, this time of big cleansing in your life in general. Okay, so let's see. Ooh, we have the World. We have the 7 of Wands. We have the Chariot. Wow. Ooh. Okay, Emperor. Okay, and then we have the Hangman. Oh my goodness, I told you, this is a big moment. Again, because we have the coyote, this could be a little confusing, but that's why we use, I always say, like, use the energies, don't let them use you, because this is, these energies are going to be present. So if those changes happen, you can quickly just snap out of it and say, all right, I don't understand it, but there's definitely some divine meaning behind it. That's why these changes are happening. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. 4 out of 5 cards are major arcanas, which means there are big energies available to you at this time. So let's look at this. This is okay. I'll show you where I see this energy is what you may be feeling right now, which is the 7 of Wands. Okay, you want to, for example, you're definitely stepping into a new cycle. The World card talks about ending old cycles and beginning something new, stepping through a brand new portal. You're really supported by angels. You're being asked to take a very big picture view. With the hawk shows up, it's again about a very 30,000 foot level view instead of like being very, very goal oriented. And then of course there's perseverance and strength with the other elements as well, right? So definitely you're stepping into a new time this time around. It may not start out the way you were expecting it to. So that's the main thing that we're getting here with the coyote. You may find like you always are on an uphill battle with the 7 of Wands, and this is where it becomes very, very important for you to surrender, with the Hangman being right here, right? So you don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to keep fighting for yourself, for your position, for your ideology, for whatever you're trying to your goals. There's no need to do that because you're already at higher ground. If you look at all these other wands, these represent people who are in a different position than you. So you don't have to spend your energy defending yourself to these people. Okay, that's important. Instead, surrender. Hangman is all about surrendering to the divine. It's about not chasing. And it's about letting letting things be the way they are. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody if your ideas are completely different from other people. You will, if you like, again, these are the changes that, this can also be the detours, right, that come through, and you may feel like other people are opposing you. Regardless of that, look at these. You are charging ahead. You have the Chariot smack dab in the middle. You have the Chariot, which is a card of victory. It is an energy of victory. So you're going to move ahead regardless. You have to figure out how to handle opposing elements. That's what the message I'm getting here is. And again, you may also find yourself having a couple different options, not necessarily, but for a small percentage of you, you may have a couple options where you may think one is more preferable, but that doesn't pan out, again with the coyote. But for most of you, this is about battling two ideas or two things, your heart versus your mind, or even like your needs versus wants. Okay, there may be some sort of balance here, but regardless, you will conquer it and you will move forward, and you will come out the other side as the Emperor. Look at that. Very stoic, very protective, very structured, very stable. Like, this is the most established. Of course, the Emperor is the king of all kings, right? Or you can say the father of all kings. It is not gender specific, but this is because it's a masculine energy. It's about going after our dreams. Excuse me. Going after our dreams and conquering them and establishing our kingdom, whatever that means to you. Could be relationship, could be job, whatever that area is. So quickly summarizing, there may be divine detours along the way. You don't have to keep feeling defensive and have your guard up. There are probably elements beyond your understanding at this moment, and I do not mean that in a derogatory way. The divine works in mysterious ways, so it's hard for us to understand really, but just give in, just surrender. You are stepping into a new world, and you'll charge ahead and build your empire, whatever that may be. Okay, so let's see what energies you're being called to step into, what personas, if you apply these, will help you more. You have the scribe, which says a light attribute is preserving knowledge and information, and shadow is altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. And then we have the Midas or the miser, where the light aspect is again entrepreneurial, creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. And the shadow is hoarding money and hoarding emotions, and for the fear of loss. So what Spirit really is saying is here, this time around, the scribe is be open to information, be open to more ideas. Your job is to really just collect and preserve information, like literally, like, you know, if journaling helps, do that as well. And then just be very open-hearted at this time, be the alchemist, be able to take different elements and play with them. So again, being flexibility is going to be pretty key for you this time around. And just keep, you know, like even for some of you, this could be like a spiritual journey as well, where you're learning a lot of new concepts. Start recording them, however it works for you. But overall, be open. That's what I'm saying. Be open and flexible is the energy we're getting here. And let's see what animal spirit is here. Ooh, electric eel spirit. Bring your ideas to life. Number 26. How beautiful is that? We're talking about the alchemist. We're talking about being the emperor, stepping into a new time, charging ahead, achieving your goals. And Spirit is really advising you bring your ideas to life. 6 is about unconditional love. So really devoting yourself to someone or something that you really care about or are passionate about. The time is right. So I'll tell you like a little quick segue here. When we talk about the coyote, you know there's going to be some deviation, right? So what the energies here are suggesting, when that happens, yes, you know, acknowledge it, that was disappointing, was very confusing, disorienting, whatever that may be, and then quickly snap out of that energy so you can find the next best thing that inspires you, and then go ahead with that, because there's definitely some reason in the detours. Awesome. Let's close out with our tea leaf oracles and see what we have. We have the dark man, dealings or relationship with the man with dark complexion or hair. So that may happen this time. And we have the eye, psychic ability, trust your intuition. That's going to be pretty important for you this time. That's always the case. But if this is coming in, pay attention to your gut feeling this week. And let's see, we have scissors, a disappointment in some affair. We know that's going to happen. You know, we're not going to beat around that bush about that. Let's just honor it, accept it, and release it. And then, ooh, beautiful. We have we have dolphin spirit that says financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. So this is like rewards, karmic rewards. You have, you know, as you're stepping into the new portal, the karma, good karma from the old times are going to come forward with the dolphin card showing up for you. So those are the messages I'm getting for you. Wish you much love and light. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time around. Bye for now. Hello, beautifuls. This is for those of you who chose pile number 2 or the purple heart. There you go, beautiful. We'll leave it right here and we'll get right into the reading. This week I'm using the Mystical Shaman Oracle as the leader energies. And if you haven't seen this before, I like to read the invitation of the energy from the book because these are very deep messages. So let's see what we have. We have the curse, number 14, adds up to a 5. Do not be alarmed. It's all positive. It's almost like, you know, sometimes people have a knee-jerk reaction to towers and devils and cards like this. So hang tight. This is good. So I'll let you take a look at it. You see how it looks like, you know, there's a hand over her face. So the curse really talks about, again, first going back to 5. 5 is about growth and changes. So changes that will help you grow in some aspect of your life. That's what the number 5 refers to. And the curse showing up here is really saying it's kind of asking you to evaluate where are there self-limiting behaviors or patterns in your life, and which you may not know how they started. So this could be beliefs, this could be conditioning, a lifetime of conditioning of things we may have been told have to be done a certain way. That's what this is. And sometimes we may just feel, you know, there are really situations where a lot of us feel that man, I'm just cursed. Like nothing can go through, nothing happens smoothly, anything of or smoothly, right? Something like that. That's when the curse shows up, and it talks about it is time for you to dig deeper and to release that belief system so you can create and manifest your life, your dreams. Okay, so let me bring up the book, and I want to read the invitation to you from this. So there we go. So it's really like recognizing what is the wound that is kind of holding us back, and what should we need to heal. So here you go, and I'll read the invitation. So from the book here, right there. It is time to recognize the source of your limitations. Did your grandparents live with a mindset of scarcity? Did you inherit genes for heart disease? Were you a slave or a master in a past life? This karmic legacy is ready and waiting to be seen, to be untangled, and to be released. Honor the players and their stories. Forgive everyone and everything. Craft a new life course for yourself. Okay, so if there have been patterns in your life that were happening, just release them. Understand why that may have been the case, and then kind of actively put your attention that you're ready to release that and heal from it. And then it's really like you have the power to unleash your imagination and your dreams and manifest into reality. Okay, that's what the energy is about. Okay, so let's see what tarot has to say. We have the King of Swords, we have the Two of Wands, we have the Seven of Wands, we have the Four of Wands. Wow, look at all that fire. And then we have the High Priestess. All right, let me just soak this in. This is very interesting energy. I really like this, actually. So, okay. Well, we'll first say this is, of course, very important. The, High Priestess, our major arcana here, which really talks about honoring our intuition, honoring our gut feeling, that you have the inner knowledge. Like when we're saying what is it deep within that you need to heal, you already know that. That's going to be very, very pivotal for you to honor and accept overall. So that's, as long as you do that, of course, everything else falls into place. But let me come to the other cards here. Generally, a lot of fire. So there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of determination. And then you have the King of Swords, who is the fastest or the most determined king. Again, he'll just slash his sword. Okay, that's the type of king he is. And I'm saying he because that's the character on the card. It's not gender specific though. So what these overall are really showing that you are ready to break the patterns of the past that you may have had up until now. You are building a plan. Okay, King of Swords is a master strategist. So what do you want to conquer? How do you want your life to be? What do you want to make? Do you want to build a certain career? You want to build a certain relationship, a family? You want to move? Whatever you want to do. This is strategy. This is our thoughts, putting our intellect to work. So master craftsman, master planner, and very, very laser focused. That's what this energy is. So if you're not in that energy, then this is just advice from spirit, is like, okay, get in that energy. Stop trying to analyze the whys, stop trying to analyze and look for closures. Forget the past, get into this energy of being super determined and crafting a master plan of what you want to build. Because you have the world at your disposal. With the Two of Wands, you have options. Literally, this person is holding the world in their hand, right? So you have whatever options you want to go after. There is nothing holding you back. There is nothing holding you back. It's coming very strongly. But you got to evaluate. Where you need to play an active role is you have something that is already stable. You see how this wand is kind of, there's a bracket to the wall that's kind of holding it. So this is secure. You have some, let's say your needs are stable. You're stable, you're supported, that's there. Now, this is where you have to take action, but you got to decide what action you're going to take. Until you do that, you're going to feel as if life is at a standstill, right? Because this can sometimes be feeling like at a crossroads, but you'll be at crossroads. If you stand there too long, then you're not really moving in any direction, right? So that's what Spirit is saying. Build a plan, take the action, just pick just take one step. That's what Spirit is saying here. You're really supported. Remember that you're already on higher ground. This also came up in the last group, the Seven of Wands. This really talks about, sometimes where we feel we have to explain ourselves to others. We feel we have to constantly defend our position. We have to, this is usually very close people, so friends and family, who question our judgment, but you don't have to feel that way. You're at a different level from them, and it's not in terms of hierarchy, it's in terms of thought, it's in terms of ideology. You're a very different person from all of these other people who may be opposing you. Just hold your ground. You don't have to engage actively defending yourself. That's very important here. You are protected, you are guarded, you are protected. Okay. And look at these, so beautiful. You are coming into, if you haven't felt this way already, there is energies for celebration. The Four of Wands talks about celebrations, about happy home, happy family energies, happy friends, just feeling at home at the end of the day. And this is also my 1111 card. So really, there's some sort of awakening happening within you. And I think this is a big moment with understanding what do I need to break? For example, because this is coming through, so I have to share this message. For example, this message has been coming lately into readings, so some of you really need to hear this. Sometimes we, like limitations here, right? We are restricted, or we have an ideology or thinking that I have to achieve this level of title by this age, or I must be a homeowner by this age, or I must be in a marriage, or I must have children, or I must have X by whatever age. That is what we're talking is similar to conditioning. And this, when this is coming up, this is the awakening moment that no, there is no timeline. This is your life. This is your timeline. You can celebrate whenever you want, whatever you want. So some of you really need to hear that. So don't feel that you have to hold to other people's standards. This is your life. So the energies are very conducive. Just honor that. Just try to think, if there's something like that, where did that idea come from? And why do you subscribe to that? Can you break away from it? If you do, and you follow your intuition, absolutely, things are going to fall into place, right? The High Priestess has the inner knowledge. It's hidden within her. She's very intuitive. And the more you follow your gut feeling, the easier these things are going to come together. Okay, so I hope that helps. Let's see what archetypes you want to tap into this week that'll help you, take advantage of these energies. So we have the Student. So where the light attributes are humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. Yeah, you're definitely learning something here. Like as you're breaking these patterns, you're definitely going to learn something about you and about life in general. And what you don't want to do is have arrogance in pursuit of destructive knowledge and unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. So again, be open and flexible, see what challenges you, see what sits well with your intuition, your gut feeling, but also try to analyze what is it that's just I accept as a norm and I never question it, right? So that's the Student energy that you want to tap into this week. And then we have the Companion. Ooh, we had the Four of Wands here. So Four of Wands is also a wedding and marriage, or taking a relationship to a higher commitment. And then we have the Companion energy here. It says the light attribute is loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. And the shadow is betrayal by misusing confidence or loss of personal identity. So definitely like the Companion showing up. I feel like some of you are either moving in together, or there's home and companion coming together. So take it as it fits. But in general, if that is not your scenario, this is just about saying be loyal, be friendly, and try to be in a more giving energy of yourself in general. Like try to be a good friend, a good person, which you already are if you are on my channel here. that's the intention I put for the high vibration people, to bring the community together. Okay, so let's see what animal spirit we have. Wow, Eagle Spirit number 23. It says the spirit has your back. Look at that. It's another oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, the colors are also like, they're like mirroring each other. You see in these cards? Also a 5 and also a 5. So definitely growth and changes are coming your way. Be open to them. It could be growth in any area of your life, and know that Spirit has your back. They have your back right under 7 of Wands. I really love this. All right, let's close out your reading with some tea leaf energies. Oracles, we have the Whale, great worry over nothing. So stop stressing about things. We have the Casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. There you go. So you also have the King of Swords, that can sometimes be a cutting energy, right? So something or someone, you may be cutting them out of your situation, which again could be a pattern as well. And then you have Scales, keep your life in balance. There you go. So give yourself as well. And then you have the Unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. How cool is that coming? I'm going to put that right on top of the High Priestess. So those are the messages I'm getting for you this week. I wish you much love and light. Thank you so much. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time around. Bye. Hello, my lovelies. This is for pile 3 of those of you who chose this gray and amber heart. It is a gorgeous stone. Let's put this right here. Kind of matches the cards as well, which is interesting. Okay, so we are using the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck as our leader energy. That'll kind of, give the bigger messages to us, then we'll get it to the others. Again, these are very deep messages, so I like to use the book to read the invitation that the energy has for you. So let's see what we have. Wow. Ooh, okay, so I'll tell you, this is right here. Look at that, the Mystical Shaman Oracle, the Mystical Shaman. So you have the master energy that the entire deck was designed after. So this is big, okay? It is number 38, which is 11, which is a master number 11. So when it's a master number, we don't reduce it. So, or you can, to 2 is about duality, but we leave it at 11. And that is like a number of awakening. It's a number of awareness. It's about our consciousness growing further. But let me tell you what the Mystical Shaman is about. So take a look at him. You see how the shadow is coming out, and it looks like he's like a hawk over here. He has his feather. So the art is very, very compelling. And this really talks about, he's the master alchemist, okay? The Mystical Shaman can virtually walk between worlds. They tell stories and myths and wondrous things through songs and, whatever the stories overall. They're a storyteller, but they are really good at being an observer, okay? So that's why they say they can walk between different worlds, because they have no attachment. They can build a story. They can build a story out of thin air, and they can manifest it. And they can walk onto another world and build another story. So it's a very, very powerful energy with the Mystical Shaman. So let's read what the invitation is for you when the Mystical Shaman shows up. Let me just bring that up. Okay, so I'll let you look at the artwork, and I'll read it from the book right here. Let's see, we have it here. Okay, so when the Mystical Shaman appears, you're invited to consider the ability to live without attachment. You are called to create and dream your life to an act of inspiration and divine impulse without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. Who would you become if you stopped telling the tales that you have defined you up until now? You do not have to live in a story that has roots in the past. What if there were no need to explain you to anyone, not even to yourself? The way to your most extraordinary life is to become a blank slate and allow the form of your dreams and desires to show up as it will. This is a sign of manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. Ooh, I have goosebumps, you guys. This is beautiful. I told you, this is the biggest energy, of course, because it's also the main energy that the entire deck was designed after. So you're manifesting something big. Again, the main theme here is don't hold yourself back. Don't let anybody else tell you what to do. Whatever you dream of or think of, what you think about, you bring about, right? Like as Dr. Joe Dispenza says. So some of you may want to watch Dr. Joe Dispenza's or Abraham Hicks videos on YouTube as well. Okay, so we have in tarot, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Five of Swords, we have the Six of Swords, that's very nice, and we have the Ten of Wands and the Hanged Man. Okay, let me just get these here. Let me just soak up these energies. Yeah, let's start over here with the Five of Swords. So I think because of there may be the Five of Swords really talks about, in very layman terms, and excuse my vocabulary, but this is about just fighting for the sake of fighting for the sake of winning an argument. This is an argumentative energy where we want to win at all costs, no matter how big or small the situation or occasion is. So when this shows up, it's telling us, choose your battles wisely. Choose to spend your energy wisely. If there are people around you that are just bickering and trying to provoke you, you do not need to engage with them, because they don't carry weight, especially because these are swords, these are not wands. Okay, so they're not real people. This is just an energy of more mental chaos. So try to declutter your mind and not engage in areas that just draw up or suck up your energy. Because you are, there's a very natural progression here. You are leaving all that stress behind with the Six of Swords. It's about leaving those, choppy waters, leaving the storm behind and moving towards the shore or calmer waters. But in this deck, in this artwork, you'll see the person is on their own. Okay, generally, like, there are two people, sometimes there's a family, but there's just one person. So you are in charge of your life. You can take your boat in whatever direction you want. And the second message here is, like, look at how this person is kind of looking back a little bit. And I feel like looking back, if you look at these cards, looking back at the drama, let's call this drama, let's call it that, okay, useless drama. So there's some remnants of that energy, but it is up to you to, again, detach, as the mystical shaman says, detach from those lame arguments and move forward. But with this person looking back, it's about taking the lesson with you. Don't take the emotions and the experience with you, but definitely take the lesson with you. And that's when we're looking a little bit into the rearview mirror and trying to see, okay, is it productive for me to stay there anymore, even mentally, right? That's what this is. So you're moving out of that energy, definitely moving out of some energy, because you have the Ten of Wands here. Here we go. So you're putting some burdens down. This is, when we reach 10 is a completion, which is the best part about the 10 of Wands card, is like you've reached a point, and if you haven't, then let this be a confirmation that this can no longer continue. The pattern that you have, the responsibilities, the extra work, the extra emotional investment, or even monetary investment for some of you that you've been putting into a situation or a relationship, whichever area it fits in your life, it's time to end that situation. It's time to put down the burdens and start taking care of yourself. Are you too attached to the responsibility or the definition that you were expected to do those things, right? So that's what the mystical shaman is saying. Can you detach? Can you dream bigger? Can you put yourself first, but also be very fluid to move across life? So 10 of Wands is definitely some sort of ending and putting down of the burdens. And from there, this is what I see is, Spirit is asking you to surrender, to take. This is also taking a break, okay? Hangman is just, relaxing, hanging upside down, just hanging back, laying low. But this is a very active energy in the sense this is voluntary. Okay, you're not being forced into the situation, but with these two, what Spirit is really saying, once you put these things behind you, take the lesson, move forward, put down these burdens, and get into a very surrendering energy so you can rest and rejuvenate and relax and find the inner inspiration. The Hangman, that's what he does. You see this big halo, that is about his crown chakra, his third eye really lighting up, and that only happens when we're rested and relaxed and we don't have so many burdens. And when you hang back, hang loose, you recharge, rejuvenate, that's when you're going to have the Knight of Cups type of energy bud within you. And this is about inspiration, this is emotions, this is happiness, this is romance, right? There's a lot of optimism in this card, but there's some things you need to stop doing and put an end to in order to get into this very beautiful energy where you get inspiration and become the storyteller, right? Write the next story with the Nine of Cups. What is the next story going to be for you? How will you step into those shoes? So very, very positive overall. So let's see what archetypes would help you if you were to, take advantage of these energies. What would help you to be? It would help you if you acted like a mentor and the saboteur. And we'll talk about that again. Don't get triggered by the labels. The message is always very beautiful here. So with the mentor, the light attribute is passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. You see how this mentor has taken the mentee under his wing. So this is all about these experiences that you're learning, and if you take anything away from the mystical shaman, be open to share that with others and help them on their journey. We constantly want to do that and build that positive circle of karma for us. So be in that energy, but the shadow aspect is what you don't want to do is inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. So this is again, if you've heard of that Buddhist saying, is when the student is ready, the teacher must appear. And when the student is really ready, the teacher must disappear, right? You have to let them graduate as well. So this could apply to some of you in your life in any shape or form. This could be a relationship. This could be, a family member, whoever, like if you're helping them out, definitely give yourself, give all your knowledge, share all your knowledge, but also be, open enough to let them go and fly on their own, as they say, right? This is hitting home for some of you are mothers or fathers. And as a parent, it's very difficult to get out of the mentor energy. I'm channeling it for some of you, where the toughest part is to let our baby birds fly, right? Our baby owls fly out of the nest. So that can be a shadow aspect of it. So help them, let them grow, and then let them go out in the world and make it their own. And then you have the saboteur with the light attribute highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. So again, this is about self-empowerment right here. So this is Spirit advising you to really believe in yourself, empower yourself, take care of yourself so you can find that inspiration. And the shadow aspect induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. So sometimes like we don't want to be our worst enemy, right? We don't want to hold ourselves back in certain patterns that are not serving us anymore. That's what the energy is. Let's look at what animal is here. We have the parrot spirit. Watch your words, 45, number 9. 9 is wishes coming true. It's completions. It's a very good number. And it's a very colorful card. And I think coming next to the mentor, what I'm getting is 2 messages here. Number 1, again, watch your words. If you find yourself literally in a mentor position, know that your words carry a lot of weight and may have a lot of impact on others. And for yourself, when we go into this self-empowerment energy with the saboteur here, what this is really saying is watch what you say to yourself. I think that's the biggest thing I'm getting out of it, is because don't undermine yourself. Don't be negative to yourself. Words carry vibrations, okay? It's all frequency. So what you tell yourself, even mentally, even if it's not that loud, that's the frequency, that's the vibration you're sending out to the universe, and that's what the universe is going to bring to you. So be kind to yourself, be very positive and uplifting and inspiring to yourself as well. Be the positive mentor for yourself as well, but obviously with others too. I think it's much easier for us to generally be nicer, kinder to other people, but we are always like bickering and criticizing ourselves in our head. So I think for some of you, self-empowerment, self-motivation, self-acknowledgement is very, very important here. You have to love yourself first, okay? But for others, if you just be kind, if you're like me and you're very direct, you just be a little bit more politically correct, let's say. Okay, let's close out your reading with tea leaf oracles. What do we have? We have the staff. You will be taken care of in difficult times. That is very beautiful. We have the dog, protection from a powerful friend. Very good. So you may have people around you who may really help see you through this as well. Although I got a very individualistic energy, but it looks like there may be people around you as well who would help you in the situation. Very faithful friends around you. And you have the mountain road. You are on the road to success. Oh, how beautiful is that? How beautiful. Oops. Put it the wrong way. You have the mountain road, and then the last one, you have the heart, love, a deep affection, and caring. This is very beautiful. Again, show yourself that love and affection as well as you do to others. That's my main message for you. This is what I'm getting for you. I wish you much love and light. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you next time around. Bye for now.